Hi everybody, NECD coming to you again. Yes, 2 videos in one day. Miss Sally tagged me to make a response video about why I think you should go to the Mother of All Meet and Greets in Las Vegas if you are able to this year. 3 reasons. So I don't usually respond to tags, as many of you probably know, simply because I usually don't have a lot of time. But I felt this was very important. And I'm sure I'm not going to say anything here that other people have not said, but I'm going to say them anyways, because you know me, I like to talk. Anyways, of course, because this is in support of the Weight Loss Surgery Foundation of America, that's an important reason. That organization is just amazing. The work that Tony and Tonya Take Two here on YouTube has done in founding and moving it forward in the past 2 years is just astounding. And everybody who works so hard in that organization deserves a round of applause. Sponsors of that organization and of this event deserve huge kudos. Obesity is a problem. It's an issue. It's a huge health problem. And I'm from Canada, but this is a North American issue. I think that this is a worldwide issue for many of the developed countries. And so I think that the work that they do in bringing attention to the issues around obesity and also then providing a helping hand to those that need it down in the U.S. Bears all the support that we can give it. And you know what? Not everybody has funds to give, but in attending this, you are supporting the Weight Loss Surgery Foundation of America, but you're also helping yourself in your own journey. Whether you're somebody who has had surgery, who is way down the road in having had it, you're an old hat at it, or are planning to have surgery, or just want to lose weight and want information, the information that you're going to get there, so this is another reason, is just invaluable. And I'm talking specifically information around the talks that are given by all of the various speakers who are going to be there on Saturday. There's also a bunch of round tables that are done throughout the day that are hosted by different people on different subjects. And so those are peer-driven sessions where somebody from our weight loss surgery community is leading a discussion around a particular subject. And the idea is that it's a round table. You all sit around and you share your experiences, what you know, your do's and your don'ts, your learns and your gotchas. So in both those ways, the information that you're going to get about weight loss surgery and the various journeys around losing weight is invaluable. The other thing is that there are a bunch of exhibitors there. So, and this year, I mean, there's way more than there was last year. What that does is it gives you an opportunity to sample and see what's out there that's specific to helping us support meeting our goals. After surgery, there is, you know, a varied response to that surgery. And different people tolerate different things. I'm very fortunate that there's really not a lot that I don't tolerate. I don't have to buy special vitamins because I can buy the, you know, Costco cheapies and my blood levels are all fine. I tolerate them fine. I don't have any issues with it. But depending on the type of surgery you have or just your own personal experience, everybody tolerates things differently. And, you know, in regards to your supplements, for instance, that's a have to have after you've had gastric bypass surgery. You have to be cognizant and aware of that. You can't fall down on that one without suffering potential serious health issues. And so it's a wonderful opportunity to go out there, try the wares, talk to the different vendors and get suggestions and ideas. And the free samples are lovely, because I mean, I have bought, you know, the great big tubs of protein powder and had one or two shakes from them and just can't tolerate them. Not that physically I can't, but the taste of them is so horrible. So I think it's wonderful in that way as well, because you're able to sample different things without spending a bunch of money that then goes to waste. Now, the last reason I'm going to talk about, and to me, pardon me, this is the most important reason of all, is the people. This year, I think there somewhere between 400 and 500 people are going to be there. And you know what? I know a lot of people have anxiety about large crowds and being amongst a lot of people. For many years, a lot of people who are obese become almost hermits. They become very, not only feeling ostracized, but isolated from society and those kinds of events. My job is such that was not ever something that happened to me, and you know, even at my heaviest, I still was quite a social person, went out there mostly because I'm stubborn. But the anxieties around that, you know, if you're just starting out on your journey, if you're pre-op, and for those who are post-op and have issues with being in large crowds, I want you to know that you're going amongst friends. This is a crowd of people, yes, but it's a crowd of people who share a common interest. There's a commonality in your experience. As unique as every experience is dependent on the person, there's also a commonality and underlying sameness about what many of us went through as somebody struggling with obesity. And so when you walk into that main hall or into the lecture room or wherever with all these people, you need to remember that these people are friends. They're there to encourage you. They're there to share with you. They're there to meet you. So, you know, the more you can put yourself out there and put yourself into the whole experience and just embrace it, the more you are going to take away with you. And it was absolutely amazing last year meeting my friends from YouTube and Facebook, who I felt like I had come to know online, but it takes on a whole new dimension when you can look them in the eye, when you can give them a hug, or when you can just sit and talk to somebody for a little bit one-on-one. It's just better. You know, it's just better. And I met some amazing people that I hadn't known from online prior to that now I can continue to keep in touch with because of the internet. So, you know, all of those are my reasons for going. I wish I could go this year. I can't because of things that are going on at work. I have an activation the week before, but I'm feeling really bad for myself because I can't be there with you all. But I encourage you to go if you can go. For the cost of the tickets, I mean, you're getting a whole lot of bang for your buck. And I know Tony was concerned about the fact that they had decided not to do the sit-down supper on Saturday night. And you know what? Even without that, the dollars that you're spending for this conference, I mean, it's a deal. It's a steal of a deal. And if you can make it, you gotta go. You gotta go. The other thing I want to just end this with saying that, you know, I realize that I'm, you know, I go into crowds and I do have some underlying anxiety sometimes when I'm going into a crowd where I don't know a lot of people. But really it's not an issue, as anybody who met me last year or has gotten to know me, you know, I took after my father in that regard. I could go anywhere and talk to anybody, you know, so I find that fortunate. So I'm going to challenge all of you out there who are like me, and or even if you're not, step outside the box a little bit. If you're seeing somebody that's sort of standing to the side and is looking like they're a little anxious or not as comfortable, you know, wading into the midst of the crowd, go over to them, introduce yourself, shake a hand. You know, everybody isn't as outgoing as everybody else. And so that's my challenge to those of you who don't have an issue doing that. Just go out there and make them all feel welcome. Anyways, I hope that you go, and I hope that you have as wonderful time as I did last year. Even if you only have half as good a time as I did last year, you're still going to have an amazing experience. Thanks again, Tony, to you and the WLSFA and the sponsors who are organizing this for everybody. You get my 2 thumbs up.